Yeah. Well. Yeah. You good other than the forest fires lapping at your window, Tristan?
Sorry, what?
Are you good other than the forest fires lapping at your windows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I got my family from France coming next weekend, so it's pretty great. I'm pretty excited.
Hmm. That's nice. That's always good. That's always good.
Yeah.
Um. I don't know if you can hear us yet, Jeremy, but we can't hear you. Um. Oh, we got a Vlad. Hello, Vlad. Oh no! Oh no!
That's fun.
Can Vlad not hear us either?
Ah,
Oh no! Is something going on with Discord?
hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Worrying is what it is.
I forgot how stupid I named these donkeys. God damn it. Chuck, Diego, Jose Francisco de Paula, and Cheer Cipriano de la Centésima Trinidad Ruiz. I am
Oh
shocked
yeah,
I
yeah.
actually managed to say that on the first try.
I'm surprised they. I am surprised that they survived the underdog. To be fair, as well.
Yeah. And then there's
Can
my
Hey,
you?
hello.
Oh, can you hear us, BG?
I can hear you.
Oh,
I
oh,
hear
great.
Tabi as well. Brandon seems muted, and I cannot hear Vlad.
I have Vlad and Gerber. Can't hear them, and I don't know if they can hear us. Um,
Oh.
I don't know if you've seen the chat. Jeremy was in here for like 15 minutes, being really rude and not replying to us. And it turns out he might just not be able to hear us. Cat,
That's
can you
so that.
hear us?
Yes.
Okay, so Cat's okay. Cat's good. We can hear Cat, and Cat can hear us. Gerber can't. Cat. I don't know if you can read or not, but that's what he just posted in the chat. Jeremy.
Hello, Ogvar.
Oh,
Vlad
oh
reconnecting as
no!
well.
Yeah. Oh.
I
Oh.
don't know
Oh.
what it is. I can't
Oh.
hear you guys still,
Hey,
and I've
Yeah.
reset my computer.
Oh,
we can
we
hear
can
you now.
we can hear you,
Yeah, we can.
Jeremy. Can
Well,
you hear
let's
us, Jeremy? Oh, Jeremy.
No.
Second Jeremy. Oh no.
We had him for a moment and we lost him.
Wow.
How could we let this happen?
I haven't had uh like Discord problems, seen like mic problems in ages, and now we got two people. Um, how 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 are you doing, Cat? Yes, Jeremy. Yes, Jeremy. We can hear. We could hear you briefly. No.
Hmm.
Yeah. How are things going in Catland?
Uh, it's going.
It's
How about
going.
you guys?
It's going. It's
Yeah.
moving. It's moving. That's good. It's good.
Luck, might you give us a try?
What's that?
Hey, we can hear
Oh,
you now.
okay. We can hear you. We can hear you. We couldn't hear Jeremy.
When I got on my desktop, I saw that I was logged in, and my phone had connected for some reason. So
Ah.
Weird.
Oh, so Ogvar, try talking again, just in case.
I don't think he can hear us.
But he claims that we weren't able to hear him because he stopped talking.
Yes.
Talk. Cat commands you, talk.
Yeah. Keep talking, Jeremy. Do the quick brown fox.
Yeah, it's really helpful. Like, when I say that I can't hear you guys and you tell me to do things.
That's what I was
But I
saying.
can hear you now.
I
well,
typed it.
well, yeah. We can hear you now, Jeremy, and you can hear us now.
Yep,
So
all
it wasn't
good.
in vain. We we were just yelling commands, even though you'd said like 3 times that you couldn't hear, which I now realize is very silly. Are you okay, Jeremy? You doing okay? Yeah?
What happened this week? Not great.
Yeah. How the plants? The plants still hurting?
I was just stuffy, but I think the rage in my heart melted all the
It's
snot in
over.
my nose. So
The rage in your heart has overpowered the pollen. That's nice. That's nice. How about you, BG? How's that wedding that you went to?
It was fine.
It's fine.
Just fine. There was some nice dancing.
Oh,
The
excellent.
weather was awesome. The place, the resort was really amazing as well. Just, it's only that I did not know both the husband and the bride to be that much. So it was not one of
Yeah.
my close weddings.
Of course.
Everything
yeah,
is cool.
because you always play you always sing songs for the close weddings, of course.
Yeah, I would have brought a sword for them as well. So
Yeah.
if they were close.
Yeah.
Brennan, can you hear us? I see you were muted before, but muted once more.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Oh, all right. Okay, then just checking in for everyone. Kat,
Sorry, I'm here.
Vlad, Joe.
present.
All right, and we heard Nina, Brennan, and Will.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, then I believe we are good to go. So, who will be making us that recap about what happened last time? As I may remind you that we did start the story at the island of all those goblinoids and the bugbears, and there were some decisions that you had to take.
I could give it a try
Do it.
based on my loose memory.
Sure. Go, I'll assist.
So I only have the context of the previous session's recap, so I'll just base on that. We started the session on this small island with a lot of corpses piled up in various places. The remnants of a slave culling and a failed ambush. There were only 2 of the would-be ambushers left alive in the wake of the Death Sword's defense of themselves and their friends, and that was Ripton over here, the little goblin, and there was a bugbear bleeding out on an island to the northeast, a small little rock. After quite a bit of talking, conversation, interrogating Ripton, and discussing the morality and philosophy behind letting him go, putting him in a grave with his friends, or bringing him with us, we came to decide that we would allow Ripton to bury his goblin bugbear friends on this island, and let him sail himself back to Arcaster to, either await us or return to the Solar Peak Mountains, which was recommended by Ogvar. Juniper, seeing both an opportunity and with kindness in her heart, decided to bring with her the remains of the human slaves, including Thomas, who was a friend of our captain, with plans to bury them somewhere a little more homely than this tiny fort island. Before we left, Tappy searched around one of the homes and found a book which belonged to Fredgun, which described in detail how he was solely responsible for all the deaths of the slaves on the island, how he'd killed them one by one and logged his horrible deeds in his abyssal journal. While that was all happening, aboard our rented ship with Captain Ieda, Nina reeled in a dragonborn sorcerer by the name of Dracaris, who claimed to have been resurrected from the dead and saw himself beyond mortals, beyond mortality, and had become quite philosophical in his newfound life. Nina and him spoke, and Nina stole a book that belonged to Ogvar, which was supposed to be Juniper's math journal, which he filled to the brim in a matter of hours with what we can only assume is going to be incredibly dark and edgy philosophical ramblings, the kind that you'd find in a 30-year-old emo's notebook.
I don't know if it was dark and edgy, more like incredibly pretentious.
maybe pretentious would be the better word. Maybe pretentious would be the better word.
Oh my god, this fucking idiot.
Seeking the permission of Captain Ada to bring aboard the corpses that Juniper wished to bury ashore, Nina dimension-doored to the little island after receiving a message in the bottle from Croak, where she saw a giant pyre that was built to bid farewell to many of the corpses that were left on the island. And after some brief back and forth, we decided that we'd be hauling them along the back of our ship in little boats rather than keeping them aboard in the hull.
Even though you never actually got an answer from the captain of yes or no.
We returned to the ship, all of us, spoke with the captain, informed her of their friend Thomas's demise, and revealed our map. Well, the map that the Death Swords had claimed from the bodies of the goblins and bugbears that was supposed to be possessed by Thomas. The map itself revealed a sprawling set of small islands, little stepstones in the sea, each with distinct cultures. There was a northwestern one full of ice and giants, a southwestern one which was a lawful undead society. But our main goal was the centermost, smallest one that was known as the Passage of the Dead, which housed the capital, I believe, which we decided to set sail for. And on the way, Captain Ada revealed to us a little bit about the island's background, about why it is the way it is, why it is so mysterious, and that it is shrouded in magic, believed to have been, well, removed from mortal possession by the gods long ago. There was talk of 12th level spells and strange magics never before seen that veil the island. We ended the session on course, on a pretty straight course to a very large ship, which was owned by the Northern Tesseria Shipping Company, I believe. We hadn't exchanged words, or as far as I'm aware. We were mere feet away from that giant vessel, with no idea whether their intentions were lawful and privateering, or more of a pirating intent. In the roleplay channel between sessions, there had been a small short rest conducted, I believe, where we drunk and just talked and exchanged words, and Juniper learned what the colour red was. So big clap for Juniper.
Isn't that like the...
Alright, that's pretty much it. Kat should be joining in pretty shortly, but in the meantime, why not we start thinking about what we're gonna do. As I did tell you that you are going to cross your course with that very big and huge ship, but you still have around half an hour before you actually reach this point that you are so close. And you must assume that since this comes from a shipping company, it's a lot faster, stronger, and has a lot of manpower compared to you. But what you really should consider is you have some dead corpses lying behind you as you keep on rolling with them. What are you going to do about them? Are you gonna hide them? Are you gonna keep them? What is your plan right now? Imagine that you are far away from this. They cannot. They have spotted your ship, but they don't see you that close.
We had spoken to Ada, right? Who told us about the continent of, well, the island full of undead, and they may take kindly to the corpses that we're towing, or they might not take kindly to the corpses they're towing. So, what do you reckon we would have played it safe, guys, or no? Do you reckon we would have just left them open and uncovered?
I mean, they're just dead bodies. Like,
Right? Yeah.
They aren't
If we're
undead.
telling the truth, then we're just bringing them to bury them someplace that's not on a murder island.
well, they're not even humans. So it could be just like, oh, we just found out. We could just explain exactly what happened. They took over that island or whatever, and we saved. Well, we tried. We came a little late, but so we tried to bury the humans, and then
Well,
Just carry a bunch of bodies with us.
well,
yeah, we're just gonna drop them in the sea.
well, if we're not trying to hide it or anything,
Well-
what if they want them? Is the one problem? What if they see them and like, oh, like that we
Out of
we want
character,
those
if we want
bodies?
to lie, I'm not saying that we do, obviously, but if we wanted to, we could say, hey, we had like a bounty to take care of a bugbear problem,
Treacherous. Yeah.
and we needed proof that was finished.
Or I mean, something like, hey, it's a little habitable island. We don't want all these corpses just like,
Mm.
salting the fucking dirt there and making it unlivable. We're just gonna take them
Yeah.
somewhere and either bury them or give them a sea burial.
Which is true.
Which
Ada-
is true.
Seems quite skeptical about all this as it looks again and again at the huge vessel that you can see on the other side. As Dracarys will say, after all, lies are just a truth told by a deceived perspective.
Oh boy.
Ada will say, I'm not sure. These guys from the Northern Discerning Shipping Company, they might be a little bit of trouble. I haven't had much experience with them since they used to be, even though the name says Northern, sorry, it's more towards the northeast for the most part of it. Being this north up, I do believe that the only route, the only ship passage going towards here is the Kinatol Isles, which are stuff of legends. And if something as official and big as this shipping company is going after those islands, I don't know. We must be careful. Let's, for the first part of it at the very least, hide the map, conceal the information that we have that. It might be a pretty solid bargaining chip if anything comes to that.
Okay, so what you want? You think we should hide the bodies? Is that what you're thinking, Captain Ada?
No, I mean,
Well,
true, what we did is not exactly bad, is it? I mean,
Oh no, totally. We're just defending ourselves, right? And these bodies? We totally have good intentions, just to bury them and stuff.
well, if we have the bodies, that's a distraction from the map. Like, so they don't inquire about what we found on the island.
Yeah, and even if they, it's just a map, right? Do these guys? What interest do they have in a map?
I don't know if they are seeking for the Isles of Tinatol, perhaps. Or could they be already there? We're out of information, I suppose.
what
We
if
might
we?
have to gain something out of this after all.
Okay, what if we, just in case, what if we just stash the map? What if we just hide the map somewhere? Let them aboard if they want to search. They won't find the map if, like, I don't know. Oh, Brandon, your bird, your stupid fucking bird. What if you give that to the, what if you give the map to the bird and just send it off somewhere?
Not a bad idea.
Does it have the authority to
I-
simply get on our vessel and search it?
I
no,
mean,
but
that's a
they
pretty
definitely
big
have the
boat.
ability to force it.
Like,
It's
Like-
not like we can restrain that boat from boarding us.
I mean, we could totally just, tear their throats out if they want to fight. But I really,
just-
I trust us, but I don't trust the boat.
We could just make the map extremely dirty, and I could clean it afterwards, like super easily.
You're just supposed to be like fucking super smart with your weird psychic shit. Can't you like memorize it?
Oh yeah, could you do that, Ogvar? Oh, could you use your psychic shit and like push their boat away? Could you
Oh
do
no
that
no
too?
no! Could you disguise it so it looks like something else?
Like a dirty map, Juniper?
Like a recipe for really bad lasagna.
Yeah.
Oh, that totally that. Like burnt
Well-
lasagna.
Like I said, we could just, like, I don't know, dunk it in the water or like in some food and make it look disgusting. And like not like a map, and I could just clean it afterwards. Or we could just, fold it in the sail.
Yeah, or you just put it in one of your 20 books. I mean, they gotta search through all your fucking books.
I don't
We
know.
don't even know what the
other
fuck
people
we're
have
doing.
been-
What is this?
Yeah, put it at the front
Other
of
people
one
have
of
been
your
searching
books.
through my books, so
Yeah, no, Ogvar, it's a good. Just fold it up and put it like in the first page of one of your books. Nobody reads the first two pages, so they'll like open the middle, nothing there, bam, close.
Oh, where we could hide it and croak.
uh,
No, it's gonna
Oh,
look
like-
in croak.
I guess
Like-
you could.
Oh, that's true. You did it with the bottle, right? Just we put the. I mean, this is this is much bigger than the note that you sent, Ogvar. So we'll need a much bigger bottle. But we can shove that down Croak, and then just like toss Croak in the ocean.
Oh,
Well, I mean, actually,
Okay.
that's not a bad idea.
I mean,
That's
I
actually a
also-
very good idea.
I also feel like the half dozen. I feel like the half dozen corpses we're towing is a bigger hiding priority than a piece of paper.
hmm
True that. But
Besides, Brain's been telling like everyone that we're going to the Keen Atoll, so if anyone's chasing us, they're already here.
no, it's
oh.
it's not an issue. It's not forbidden to go to the Kinatol Islands, but if they want to go that way as well, we cannot stop them. Perhaps they might want something like the map. But you just gave me a good idea when you said that.
Oh,
You see, we have those corpses, right? And with those corpses, we got them at an island north. This shipping company in northern area, that is quite famous for being pretty greedy. And I believe we do know about a small fort that has no manpower at all, not a single well, I believe you didn't leave anyone there, right?
nope.
No.
No.
There's the
Nobody.
one goblin.
No, nobody big.
Do you have any plans in the future about that island? Or we could just, trade it for them in exchange for vital information?
Oh, I sent Titania a message to have it, to have them take over the fort.
You
What?
did what?
Well, first come, first serve, right?
What if we? Well, why don't we plant a map in the dead bodies just in case, and
W-
so they won't even think about the actual map that we have, and
A map
I
to
don't know
what?
from there. I don't know.
The-
Just to
the-
make a
the-
map, just a
okay,
distraction.
ma-
Because
Maybe we're
then they'll be like excited they did find something, and
well, maybe we're overthinking, or maybe we're underthinking this. Ada, are these guys like assholes? Like, do they just like go around killing people, or like wiping out small towns? Because honestly, if this is like a big shipping merchant company thing, maybe it would be a good idea to make friends with them. Like, maybe we could give them the map. Like, Would it be so bad if they found the islands with us?
I
Maybe
I
we
mean,
could
would
have
it go? We're just
Glowstone.
trying to find Brennan's friends or something. What do we care if they know the same island?
Yeah, like totally. Like, why keep it secret from them? Surely, you know, if
Track us.
yeah, but
We
why
have
would
like
they?
half an hour, right?
The same reason that we don't the same reason that we're planning on offering the other island, because they're fucking greedy. If they're greedy, then wouldn't they want something of that island if it's so important?
Well,
I don't know.
that's why I'm asking
Yeah,
if these guys
exactly.
are like assholes or they're just like greedy merchant dudes. If they're just greedy merchant dudes, they're not going to kill us.
I think it comes with the territory of being a merchant.
Hey, not all merchants are total assholes. Just like a lot of them. Just like 99 of them in 100.
Oh, I could turn
It's
into
true,
an
Siobhan's
octopus
smart.
again.
Hmm.
And
Oh, and
I
you
don't
could
know,
go.
hold onto the map or something. And if anything goes awry, I could like distract and be like,
No,
whoa,
Totally,
octopus.
you could do that, Juniper, and then you could like swim over to the boat and like try and listen to see what they're
Yeah.
talking about. You know, if the captain's like, "Ahoy, ship there, let's go and blow them out the fucking water," and then you can come back and tell us. Would that be cool?
Hmm.
Well, it'd be undoubtedly cool, but
It,
I mean,
safe.
we deal with the map because Juniper's got the
Listen.
map, and Juniper can be all, you know, like sneaky listening with her big octopus ears.
we does anybody have a pen and paper?
no. Of course I do.
Well, why don't we make a copy of the map, and if they take one of them, we would be fine. But I think that
at the
the
moment-
corpses are still the bigger issue.
I mean, okay, I mean, the corpse, we can just be honest about the corpses. If they're just a trading company, they're not going to give a crap about what we're doing with some corpses.
They might want those corpses. That's
Really?
what. That's
These
what.
aren't-
The captain has been trying to tell you guys. Is-
Well, to be fair, I don't believe they really care about those corpses as long as we have an explanation for them. Not how we got them, but why we're keeping them. Just so you know, most of the loyal people, the faithful to the Queen of the Depths, don't keep corpses like that. They just shove them off the ocean as a gift, as a sacrifice to the Beach Queen. So obviously having them with us does mean we are not exactly her followers. So why are we keeping them? Let's... If you find an answer for that, for some proper god and funeral rites that you do believe, just go with that. It should not worry them that much. What is going on with the Discord?
We're going to bury them back where their home is, or we could just say their bounties. Either way.
BG.
Tabby, by the way, I did say Beach Queen and I meant the second. That's the title. Beach Queen is the title for Ambler for more drops.
Ah, jeez.
I think Vlad and June's dropped.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Is it like the American servers or something?
I mean, I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Let me.
Interesting. There we go, Brandon. What the hell
It's
is going
having
on?
some issues. Discord status. Let's see.
Can you hear us, Tristan? Okay.
Don't know.
Did you drop then consciously, or did it kick you?
No, it kicked me and then just joined back automatically. It's just been doing it ever since I joined.
Is
Mhm.
mine like weird? Am I? Like,
No,
No, I
no,
can
no.
hear you just fine.
Yeah, it stopped being robot-y for me too. BG, this map is like bad, right? It's not a great map.
No, it's not a great map. It has accurately all the islands that exist in Kin Atoll, and let's say the order in which they are, but the distances are not accurate.
All right. Could I perhaps make a worse map?
And even worse. Yeah, I suppose with a pretty decent check, you could. Do you have any tools in you?
No. I don't think so. I
We-
have
we've
cook's
got-
utensils.
We've got
Uh,
we have paints and papers that I bought for the millstone.
You do have that, but you're not a calligrapher or a
Oh
cartographer.
no.
I
Course not.
suppose
Yeah.
that
Could
would grant a
I-
disadvantage in it. Yes,
could-
Tapi, tell me.
Could I use prestidigitation to superimpose like the map on another piece of paper, and then you could just trace it?
That would mostly be like. I suppose it would be done with prestidigitation. Minor illusion would do the trick even easier if anyone has it.
Nina
I'm
does.
also just like trying to
Oh, I also have mine.
make
Copy
a,
to
a
an
worse
extent.
version. I don't know.
Yeah,
No, that
have a
makes
sketch.
sense. Yeah.
that's a good idea. All right. So, pure intelligence check Ogvar with disadvantage. Give me one of those.
Okay.
Since you don't have the tools that are appropriate for it. But I suppose since Nina is aiding you, that would make it normal. And Tapi as well. Prestidigitation and minor illusion for superimposing is a great idea. Go for a normal
Okay.
intelligence.
Oh, jeez.
I don't-
Wait, isn't this what we want though? Don't we want a bag
yeah,
roll?
I don't understand. I don't understand the problem.
He's
I'm
trying to make a bad
intentionally-
copy of the map.
I don't know.
It's just here's a circle. That's the moon.
Now they dropped from roll 20 as well. Is that a connection issue for them, or they're just trying to restart the PCs? Suppose
Probably.
that's
Uh,
what
yeah,
I think
that-
Kat said she's. Oh no, that was half an hour ago.
earlier. Down.
Should,
I'll-
should we wait or? Well, yeah, we
jeez,
I
Scoop.
think-
Let's give him like a little bit. Let's see how
Well-
this goes.
I suppose yeah, Nino to ask Ada again. She'd be like, Captain Ada. So this shipping company, you ever like had a bad run-in with them?
Can
No, as I said, I haven't went that much to the eastern part of this area, but I've heard many stories from fellow sailors. I've been mostly towards the west, where the Elven lands reside, and towards the north, towards the Kinatol Isles. I've heard many tales, though, and most of them were not exactly good.
can Brandon make a history check to see if he, as a ex-privateer, has ever dealt with the North Tisarian shipping company?
Roll me a history check, Brennan. Okay, so you haven't had prior experience directly yourself as well, being on
Yes.
towards the other direction compared to where they usually reside, but you do understand with your naval knowledge that they are far away from where they usually were, which means that as a company it's going pretty well. They are expanding vastly their territory and where their influence is, which means, you know, they must be quite greedy at the very least to manage to do so quite easily. Well, Ogvar, you understand that that map you are starting to make is something that you can do for sure, but it will take more time than what you got in order to make it proper. With that intelligence check, you are not going to make it as fast as intended for a sketch.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make it good at all. I'm just trying to make a rough sketch.
Okay, if you
of it.
want
I-
just some
I-
circles in a map and the names of the islands, I can allow that without a check.
Brandon is gonna turn to Toppy, and he says, I understand that you have sent people to the island that we just cleared, but maybe the captain has a point. Maybe your people can have it ready, but let this shipping company have it as a forward base. I mean, if they're spreading their influence, that's what they're looking for. And if we give this company some land like that, then it could almost guarantee us safe passage.
Tappy will just kind of shrug and say, "And what do you want me to do?"
Let us barter the island that we just cleared for them.
Oh, you can tell them
With
they
them.
can have it. What happens after that is not my concern.
With your people there wouldn't there be any conflict?
I guess what
Tappy
Tappy's
will just
saying
kind of
is like,
shrug.
you know, if the shipping company show up to the island and them some fey there, well, sucks to be them. If it's the other way around, then sucks to be them still.
Fair enough.
I don't even know if Lady Titania is interested in the place. If it be a good forward base, you know, we could probably smoke out a few sea hag layers from this island, but again, it is a single island in the middle of the ocean. She might not, the summer lady might not even be interested in the place. I simply told her of an opportunity. If my people are there, then they're there. If they're not, they're not.
Fair enough. So
Oh,
Oh my, what is this?
can you guys hear me?
yeah, we
Mhm.
can hear you.
We
It
can
just,
hear you,
it
Brandon.
just keeps dropping. Yeah.
A lot of drops. Once more, Brian.
Maybe is there? I don't know if changing the server location would help.
I'm gonna try it. Yes, I'm gonna try this.
The worst part about this is that I'm not even touching my phone. This is just doing it on its own. So anyway. Oh, okay. So should if
All right, let's see.
God damn you, Discord.
Damn you, indeed. Okay, it is right now in the Rotterdam server, and it seems to be working just fine for us. But let's try to change it. Let's go for. Well, let's try Japan first. Help our dear lad.
We will.
Okay, so it's most likely no, it's gonna be working for us, but it's gonna have a delay. Most likely, I have some ping, obviously.
Yeah, I have 250. We could do a ping test. If we
Yeah.
if, I'm gonna clap if everyone just says something when I clap. That'd be great. So clap.
Clap.
Oh my. Oh wow. oh geez, that's like a 4-second delay.
To be fair, I didn't
it's
say anything for like 2 seconds after you said clap.
Yeah, I also waited for
Yeah,
everyone
that's
else
really
to
funny.
say it.
Okay.
My ping is
Bunch of
160.
followers. Do it again,
Yeah,
Chris,
but-
and this time we'll say something
Okay,
really quirky.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it again, but this time, you know, this time say something quickly. Okay, so
Something
Clap.
quickly.
clap.
Clap.
okay, yeah, that's perfectly normal actually. Well, almost normal. Yeah, I think that this will work fine. It's just a case of whether it is the server location or if it's like internet issues.
Jeez. Cat and Lock are still fucked.
Huh? I thought Cat was just rebooting.
I'm just going to check because my brother also has a session to see if he is having any issues. So I'll be right back in a minute. make sure that this is something generic.
Alrighty.
I think at least for Locke, it is just on his side, because...
Well, it was constantly DCing Brainon as well.
oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, fair enough.
There's no reason it couldn't be both internet issues and, like, US server issues or something.
Yeah. So, what do we want to do about this ship?
See,
I would
I don't think
honestly like to just sail right past them, but...
Well, that's the thing is that we're too slow. That like they're much faster than us. So
I think what
they're kind
BG's trying to say is that they're gonna
They're
stop
on an
us.
intercept course. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got the courses that they're gonna intercept
Yeah.
us. I think we don't need to hide the bodies if we wanted to completely avoid that conversation. Just throw some blankets over them. But these guys, they're just a greedy mercantile company. They're not pirates.
I think I disconnected for
Like-
like half a second and then reconnected.
Yeah, I changed the server once more since I saw that this wasn't the issue.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
My ping is now
wait.
88.
Hey, Firebiter.
It did.
Changing online doesn't say anything about Discord being down. Usually when it's down, reports are pretty high.
Yeah, Discord now. That's why I'm thinking it might be like a American internet issue.
I mean, mine's perfectly fine.
Yeah, maybe they're on a different
Let me
ISP to
text
you.
Cat on Twitter, see if
Yeah.
it's still working or not working rather.
But yeah, if we're gonna be like, oh yeah, these are bounties, like the thing I can think of is like, oh, why don't you just have their heads then?
Yeah. I think we should just be straight with them. We're gonna bury them back home. Bam, done.
In Ginatol, where it is your home.
Are
Well,
we?
on the way back, we're gonna keep them with us till we get back home. Because at least that's the truth, right? That's the
No.
plan is to well, not the bugbears, but the people, the humans. We're gonna bury.
We
I
already
think.
buried the humans.
Oh, did
Just,
we? I thought
Yeah,
we
on
were
the
just
island.
getting back home.
That's
Tell
why there's
them
only
we're-
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah,
bugbears
sorry.
in the back.
Yeah, Tappy
Hmm.
only has
Apologies.
one spell slot left because she used ceremony on the other 4.
Well,
I'm just
in that-
excited for BG to describe all the boats ramming into the back of our boat when we anchor.
when we break.
It doesn't work
When we
like
put a
this.
handbrake.
Like a
What
log
is the
falling on
word?
a twig.
Maybe we should be completely honest with these guys then. Hey, yeah, we killed these bugbears and we intend to weaponize them. Should we be attacked? Just to slightly dissuade them.
I mean, a lot of... I don't know how it is in this place, in this setting, but I'm pretty sure necromancy is very heavily stigmatized.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd say
necromancy
they're
Of
is-
both-
often.
Definitely a
both
bad
and-
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Vothen's okay with it in there. They're pretty progressive.
Yeah, why not visit them? What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
Perhaps you should get some people
I
from
don't.
Vothen for Millstone as well.
Oof.
Just in case, progressive people help for progressive communities.
I think that's really smart.
It's the
I
rest
think
of
we
Anorith going to
unfortunately
burn
killed
the
a
place
prime
down.
individual
Envoy,
in
yeah.
a cellar.
We could have had a Vothan envoy. That
A
ghoul in the
Vothanite.
cellar. Yeah, a Vothanite. Vothanese?
To be
Vothen
fair,
is
he
in-
was a prick, so...
She.
Well, that's all subjective, isn't it? So.
I forget. It
and
was like
yeah.
the person. It was like the star worm person with like who you guys fought in like the one round. Where, like they got chest bursted after they got knocked unconscious, right?
The woman in the cellar that we murdered who had the baby in her chest.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think we need to hide the bodies. I think we should just say we got them from an island, and we we have them just cause. Do you guys actually care, you merchants? Probably not.
It's
Leave us
friggin'
alone, and
cool.
we'll give you this crappy map that we've got,
our food
which we're
supplies.
follow.
It's freaking sweet. That's why.
Or we have a wolf on board. It's food. Food for the wolf. For Lupa.
Damn it! This is annoying. This is same.
What's saying?
It's the same. I know these two missing out of this not because they have some work to do or anything, but just because of internet connectivity issues.
I think Juniper's I think Juniper's probably crying because she wants to go to the undead island as well. At least drive by. Let me think. Has Cat responded to your text, Jeremy?
No.
It could be like Verizon's down or something, or whatever big American ISP. Let's see. Verizon. Ooh, Verizon outage. Let's see.
Also, like she just says, navigations on Twitter.
What was it? Sorry, Jeremy.
It could also be that she just doesn't have notifications on Twitter.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, we can do a little while we wait and see. We can, I don't know. We can plan, right? We can keep planning.
I'll tell you this. So, in regards to how this first part of the session, the very least, will go, a split up of some parts of the group is intended, actually. So perhaps we could roleplay the part that you might split up with the other two going for something else, and hopefully they will join up and the internet will be fine by then. All right?
We're supposed to be splitting up?
I'm gonna give you that hook pretty soon enough. So, I mean, you have done some planning, and let's proceed a little bit and see how this goes. Hopefully they will join. And the huge ship that you saw earlier, that first raid of the line, will be at the distance, as you will see some of its sailors and the captain of it doing a signal towards you, as they will see that they will release some rowboats down the seafloor.
I kind of hope they don't send them down to the seafloor. That seems
Yeah,
like a
sorry.
waste of a...
No, not on the seafloor. on top of the seas, don't worry. On top of the waves.
I know what you meant.
They will start sailing. They just seem to have some weapons on them, but they're not particularly armed, nor do they seem to have very hostile intentions.
Oh shit! Okay.
One of them is slathered in blood and has a cutlass. between
Agvar
her
opens
teeth.
Croak's mouth.
Yeah, get
for
the
the
bottle.
map.
I have a. There's a wine bottle. Nina's like emptying a wine bottle over the side of the thingy. Roll the map up and put it inside. Roll the map up and put it inside, Ogmar.
And
Yeah,
as they come at that distance, that they are very well within the reach of your eyesight, and you can hear them just well, this man right in front of the middle boat will rise up and say, "Greetings, sailors. I can see from your colors that you most likely are not pirates. Yet you are sailing in uncharted waters. Captain Hemvis would very much like to have a talk with you. We, in regards to the Northern Area Shipping Company, are your allies in those journeys, and we just want to converse about all this. Now, if you would allow some of us aboard your ship to have a talk with your captain, while some of you go and have a chat with our own, we would really appreciate it. You know, we're in the middle of the ocean, and both of us aren't we? We might have something to earn from each other.
Okay. Well, Nina's gonna shout over the waves. It doesn't. I don't get the vibe that we really have a choice, but honestly, we're totally up for some talksies. do, do you have a preference? Do you want to speak to our captain? Nina's gonna point towards Ada. She's our captain. Well, she might be wearing the captain's hat, and Nina points to Juniper, who's currently wearing the tricorn. But that's our actual captain up there near the wheel.
As Ada will not say, this is the captain of this ship, the Eclipse. Feel free to come on board. As she looks around, and she will say, so which ones of you are going towards the other ship, Captain Hembis? I've never heard that name. So now you get to decide. Usually you will get to decide this a lot more in character, but it's either the four of you or the other two that are going on the other ship, and the other part staying on this one. I suppose that can make sense, right?
How do we justify this in character?
Mhm.
Okay. You guys hear me out. So, like, Locke is worth like 5 dudes, right? 6, 10, 20 dudes. He can take a lot. So these guys, if the people that they send to this boat like turn on us or some shit, him and Juniper, they'll be totally fine. And the 4 of us could go to the other ship, and like if anything happens, I could get us the hell out of there, no problem. Does that sound good?
Fine by me.
Sure.
Dracarys will look at you and say, good and bad. Is
No
not
one cares
judged."
what you think.
And Dracarys will silently just awkwardly nod and look at the ocean. As Ada
Okay,
will
okay.
use that free robot that you have,
I-
and will
I-
say, do your best. Don't let these guys deceive you.
I'm sorry, PG.
No, it's fine. I liked it. Don't worry. I
It
was quite unsure where it was going in the first place, so.
it embarrasses me, Ogvar, but like, I don't trust anybody to speak to this dude other than me. And, you know, if he says anything smart, I need someone to translate. But we need people on this boat too, and I'd feel safer if Juniper was with Locke. Because I know Locke can
Yeah.
look after Juniper, and I know Juniper can look after Locke. But I need somebody smart with me, in case they use big words or start writing shit down.
Tappy will, like, come over here, pat Juniper on the shoulder, and give Locke a thumbs up, and give each of them a bardic inspiration. Lasts for 10 minutes, so hopefully this should.
It should help.
BG, for some retroactive thing, could Ogvar have ritually cast comprehend languages before this point?
It
Or
takes
no?
10 minutes. Since you did only a bare sketch of the map and they told you that you have half an hour, I'm okay with you casting it. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Nina also has a potion of comprehension if you that we stole from the 3 sages
Well,
a
that
long
doesn't
time
waste
ago.
a potion, so.
Yeah. Just in case. If it was off, just tell me. You can have it. Okay, does this
well,
sound good?
yeah,
Ogvar, Brennan, Nina, and Tebby all jumping in boat, going to bigger boat. This totally makes sense. We only need 2 people on small boat, but we need as many as possible on big boat.
Yeah.
Can
So Locke will look at Ogvar. All right, big guy. Take care of them. Also, he looks at Lupa, Juniper, Ada being around here. Well, we're gonna be fine here.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I guess I go.
Okay, great. And as we do drop down to the boat, Nina is going to cast Armor of Agathis on herself, just in case. As we
Croak
get into
does
the
that.
water, it takes a handful of seawater, throws it on an arm, and it just like dissipates it with black smoke. They'll
That
be
boat
fine.
is waiting for you.
You going to do the rowing, Ogvar?
I mean,
I will.
thought
Taffy
that
will
was
grab one
implied.
of the oars.
Nina will like sit precariously on the front, like holding onto the sides. Don't like go too quick. Don't tip me off, you two. You three. You coming, Brennan?
we can't hear you if you're talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brennan, if you're talking, we cannot hear you. Just in case.
Can you hear me?
But- Yeah, you
Yay.
can hear
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You could bring Looper if you wanted, Brennan. She can swim, right? It's not far.
No.
No? You sure?
I mean, if we can fit her on the boat, I would rather bring her on the boat with me, of course, but
You could carry her. She's not, she's not that big. You're gonna sink
Alright.
this boat.
Brandon's gonna if Lupa can fit, Brandon's gonna bring Lupa with him.
I mean, you can bring her if you want. It's up to you.
Or throw her in the boat with one of the other two guys that are coming back with us. It's like a
So-
power move.
Are you gonna be taking Lupa as well with you or not?
Yes. It's too big of a ship. Brandon's gonna be. Well,
Tappy? Are you joining them?
Ah, yes.
And as that small boat will be rowing pretty slowly under the burden of all five of you, you'll notice that this is not obviously practical, but this is such a short distance that it is well within your reach to go there, as some of the sailors will drop you a rope to tie both the boat if you wish and climb up that to reach the main deck of this huge ship.
What we have to climb? Aren't you guys supposed to be like hospitable? Can't you pull us
Or
up?
flies up.
Oh, Nina's gonna grumble.
I'm shocked that they don't have like a rope ladder or something on the side.
I think they do. They have like those rope things, right? Oh, or am I looking
Yeah.
at this wrong?
It's quite so convenient. It's a rope that has these big balls of rope in certain parts of it so that it's very much easier to climb and put your legs on them.
Nina's gonna grumble her way up then. We don't have to tie off the boat. It's not our one. It's their boat. It's their problem.
And you will find yourselves on board of this huge ship.
Wow.
You're right here.
Is this a galleon, BG?
Looks like
Would
one.
Ogvar know that?
It's a first-rate ship of the line. It's close to a gallon. It doesn't have much difference from a gallon. Oh yeah, Ogvar could easily say that this is a gallon.
Wow, they have pens.
Okie dokie.
Oh my god. It's such a cool boat.
As Captain
They have
Helmis,
stables.
you will see them right in front of you. I'll say, "Greetings, sailors, and welcome aboard our wooden vessel. May I interest you for a moment of talking, of course, in my chambers."
Of course. Wow, this is less of a ship and more of a, I don't know, it's like the size of an island. This is huge. Brendan, this is the ship we should get. Look,
You're aspiring captains. Perhaps you could join us in the future. Well, no time for that now. We have to converse. I did saw something quite suspicious about your ship earlier on, but I'm quite confident that you can explain this, don't you?
is it all the corpses?
Yes, about that. But let's go talk somewhere more convenient, right?
Sure, totally.
Follow me, follow me.
You have very good vision to have seen that. It's the middle of the night.
Maybe he hit one of those magic eye things. Is it the
It's
middle of the
not
night,
The
BJ?
middle of the night, is it?
Isn't it like...
I mean, it was
no,
like
it's not.
right. I mean, we had sailed for like another 6 hours after like the thing, so it should be like 9 or 10 p.m. at this point.
No, it's the opposite. You did sail during the night, and it's as dawn, close to dawn right now.
Oh, so did we get a long rest then?
Yeah, you should finish it by now. Yes,
Ah,
Oh,
that changes everything.
you
I
for
would have
asking.
wanted to fight them. I'm marking your words. Sorry.
okay.
And as you reach this place, here, Captain James will enter and take you through towards the towards the aft castle cabin.
Ah,
Let me pull your tokens there. Zoop. We're here. And apologies, this place is not intended for cheating for a lot of people, at the very least.
Oh.
As he
Okay.
sits on his deck right there, and you will see two sailors following from behind, saying that, close the doors, wait on standby. As Captain Henry seems quite confident. I mean, you wouldn't see a man leaving himself alone with so many other people that one doesn't know. You've seen many people do so, and that was proven wrong for the rest. As you do enter, Captain Henry look at you. We'll say, first of all, some introductions. My name is Henvis, Captain Henvis Eriksson from the Northern Disarea Shipping Company. Do you know what this logo stands for? Ask you. Shows you the trademark logo of the NTSC.
looks like an anchor.
Yeah, I know what that part is. That part's the anchor. The letters, is that... I mean, that's the shipping company, right? The letters?
Correct. But what I really mean is, do you know what we, as a group, as a company, stand for?
Gold?
You're the funny one. I'm gonna give you that.
I mean,
No.
I was
And
going
it-
to say that too.
We're just a group of sailors that have gotten tired of the lawlessness of some places in the sea. Seems like people are coming to our aid every day when we're getting stronger, and you see, the world is vast, and we decided that Northern Disarea is just the beginning. But some of us are quite ambitious and wanted to go for other places as well. But we are not exactly law enforcement, though we try to help in most situations if we see someone acting very much against the laws and doing evil stuff, evil deeds. We're not a law enforcement crew, so you should be at ease. I'm not here to judge you by any means.
Oh, that does make us at ease. We were worried that you guys were just like pirates, pretty much. That you aren't. That's pretty much totally at ease.
No, we are fine. Wine, anybody? As he takes out a nice bottle of wine and serves himself first, as a notion of good intent. Anybody else want?
Sure, fill me up.
No thanks. I prefer not. Thank you.
And he will pour some wine into some nice wooden cups for everyone that might want. As it says, so, seeing you here up north, only one thing comes to mind in regards to your destination, your journey. Shall I assume that we're on the same page?
You go first.
Hinatol.
Okay,
How
you
does
got
that
this.
sound?
No, that's totally right. You
s-
say we're on the same page, or we both you heading there too?
Please, relax. I told you, you should be at ease. I'm not here to judge you.
Oh no, I'm just curious. Like,
I'm also curious. You are on such a small boat, and you expect to make it so far up north. What is the reason behind this? A man would not do something as risky as what you're doing. Even in my line of work, where there are a lot of dumb people, it's easily the line between brave and dumb is very thin. It's a common saying. But all of you, plus some more that you've left behind, are going in a small ship that hardly can take how much? 10 passengers? Is that it?
thereabouts. That's what Captain Hadus told us. Well, I mean, we're not doing this for money, and like Nina will look towards Braynon, and she gives him a little wave with a filled wine goblet. We're doing this for family. We have reason to believe that somebody important to somebody important to us is in the Atoll Islands, so that's where we're going.
Please, elaborate. I introduced myself, so why don't you tell me some stuff about your ship and what you're doing?
Of course. How did we not introduce ourselves? It's so rude of us. My name's Nina. I'm from Grooven. Wagvar. Nina will gesture to Wagvar. Don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Mogvar. Mogvar Kara. I'm from a cave.
Tell him about Millstone.
And recently I got a home in a little town, Millstone.
He's being way too humble. He is Mayor Ogvar Kara, and he is one of the two proprietors of the new and upcoming town of Millstone in Enerath. So, kind of a big deal. And then, gesture to Braynon.
May I ask, because that sounds very interesting. Does Millstone have a port? I haven't heard of that town.
It may have a port in the future.
Its own shipping company plans to begin up there.
Perhaps in the future we might aid in that, Mr. Kara. And don't worry. What was your name, Elf? I forgot.
Braynon of the Bellowinds.
You didn't forget, you just didn't say it yet.
Oh, I see. Apologies. I must say that I've been on this aboard this ship for such a long time. Is it 4 months by now? That I forgot how to have some social interactions with people that I don't know yet. Apologies.
I am Tappy, Knight of the Summer Lady.
A pleasure to meet you all. And I suppose one of you hasn't introduced herself, hasn't he? See, as he goes over to pet Lupa. How would Lupa respond to that?
She. I guess she wouldn't bare her fangs and be very cautious about it.
Mm-hmm. As Hemis will notice that she's cautious and head back without overdoing this.
Oh, don't mind Lupa. Get some vodka in her, and she'll be right as rain.
As Hemis, all right. We've had some introductions, and now I'm gonna ask this: have you ever been to Kinatol before?
Nina shakes her head from side to side and takes a drink of the wine. Nope. Brennan's heard a bunch about it before, and our captains wanted to be going there for a while, but nope, Never stepped foot in the place. This is my first time on the ship. Well, second time.
Mm.
You are sure a courageous one. Going for such a journey and being this is your second time. I like you. Props to you, Nina.
Well, you know, I'm a very sturdy person, and well, we've all been through quite a lot of stuff together, so a little bit of water, a few waves, hasn't been much of a problem, honestly.
So let's get into some of the most interesting stuff. So, since it's your second time on board, and you haven't went to the China Toll before, do you have any kind of information in regards to going there? Charts, maps, anything?
Our captain
no.
is the one informed in the navigation.
Well, I've got a scribble of a map.
Uh-huh. It was kind of hard to get. You sure you want to show him?
We'd really appreciate that. Perhaps we could give you some of our rations. I assume your ship cannot hold much stuff, but we have some very nice fruit and even some fresh stock, some meat, if you're interested.
Very tempting. So, what, you guys don't know how to get there?
Oh, we do, to an extent. What do I mean by that? They say a lot of stuff about the Atoll Islands, and even though I'm pretty sure that I have an accurate assumption of its position and where we should go to find them, what we find there is entirely different. And knowledge is considered gold when you are at sea. If I am to go to the Kinatol Isles and talk with the locals, convince them to allow the Northern Discerning Shipping Company to be of aid in those places, I need to be knowledgeable in the first place about the number of islands, their names, and anything else that might be of help. If I go there and I know nothing, everyone there will not take me seriously.
Oh, well, yeah, I've got like the basic positions and like the names down. I have to apologize. I'm not like a map maker or anything.
May I have a look?
Sure. And
You know,
And
did you want to say something, Nina?
oh yeah, totally. I have to ask you guys. You say you're all about, you know, like bringing law to the sea in a kind of way. Did you know about that whole island of undead dudes that are up there?
Well, I suppose that's my other question. I don't want to be judgmental, but do you have any reasoning behind all these corpses following you?
Well, before I answer that, do you have any issue with an island full of undead people?
Sorry, Nina, can you repeat?
Do you have any issues with the island full of undead people? You know, with you not being judgmental and all.
Island full of undead people. I have many questions. What do you mean by that? Is there such an island close to here? But I'm sure this is territory that doesn't have such an island.
Well, no, it's just something we've heard about the islands. That there's one that's has a kind of undead society on it, like a huge one.
Interesting fact. Haven't heard of it, to be fair. Though I did hear that Athos and Forcer first started their way through the Kinatol Isles, so that might be true.
You know, it's just like a little tiny thing that says like Passage of the Dead, like near the center-ish.
Oh, I've heard about that one, but I doubt it has undead people on it. I believe it's just a nickname. It's the only one that I know, though, Passage of the Dead being the most famous from those islands.
Well, just in case there is an island of undead people, we brought a bunch of corpses with us. You know, just in case. Might be a nice little token of, I don't know, like diplomatic relations. Here are some corpses. We don't know. Just playing it safe. But before you start, like thinking weird stuff, we didn't just kill a bunch of random people. They're bugbears and totally tried to kill us first. So
Zero
See,
slavers.
I really want to believe you in that, but I also really have an issue with pirates. You see, I'm not going to go into an elaborate story, but I had some close acquaintances of mine slain and tortured by pirates just for their loot.
wow.
And that story really reminds me of what I see aboard your ship. Now, I'm not saying you are pirates, but I'm just gonna say that the Northern Syria Shipping Company is an honorable company. And even though we are not law enforcement, we do not tolerate lawless folk on the sea.
Well, again, what kind of is that common for pirates to just drag around boats full of corpses? That doesn't make sense. Wouldn't you just throw them in the ocean or something? We're not hiding what we're doing. These are people that tried to kill us. We have them there just in case, these rumors of an island full of undead people are true. Maybe it'll stop them snacking on us. Who knows?
Were they pirates? The ones you killed?
Oh no, these guys were just on an island. We washed up. It's how we got our map.
Oh, which
Okay.
island? Tell me, I know islands. I have a map. As he puts up out a map of this area and some of the northern places of it.
Do you know which island it was, Ogwar? It was like less than a day away. Tiny
It
one with
was
a little
like,
fort.
what was the name of that island? It was
Not far from Arcaster.
Tappy will inform the captain. Oh yeah, they were slavers, but
Slavers. I dislike that word. So,
You
give me-
dislike the word, or do you
you're not
dislike?
trying. You're not trying to deceive them. So give me a persuasion check, one of you with advantage for the conversation that we've had up till now.
Do we
Okay.
remember what the island's name was?
It had no name on the map, so since you didn't bother asking, you just
Gotcha.
know the name of the island.
Not that
Oh,
they would
thank-
know anyway.
Oh, thank God Taffy went. I got a natural one.
I mean,
Uh,
he did say advantage, so
It's okay. Just we're gonna keep tapis.
he,
Okay, I have a +2 in wisdom. Hey, I'm gonna roll as much as that. I'm gonna see eye to eye to you. Being a particularly clever one. I can see that you're telling the truth. But I still do feel like there is something that you are hiding from me. I suppose
Tab-
you're under no
Tappy will
obligation to
place
tell
her
me.
hands over her chest and like kind of turn away a little bit.
Hmm?
She will give a second look to tap into her movements, but then turn towards the others as well, while keeping a lookout for her. Will say, "Look, you're under no obligation to tell me anything more. Obviously, that's. I want to reassure you that you are safe with us. You don't have to feel trouble or anything. But if there is anything that you think that could be of more assistance to us, we can repay you. You can even join our crew and have a solid journey on top of this tip of the line."
Well, we know that the islands are very magical. We've heard a bunch about all the different people that live on the islands of like giants and shit, which is really cool. But like we were being totally honest with you when we said we're going for family. We're going for Brandon, for his people, and like I'll be lying if I didn't say that I wanted to go on the beach at some point. Never been on like a real beach before, so that would be cool. What else?
We also have
corpses.
this map that you can have.
We had it. You can have that shitty map. It's not great, but our captain's already memorized it, so it'll be great even if you guys keep it. What else? Can you think of anything else, Ogvar? Like, don't worry about the corpses. Like we said, we're not like creeps or anything. But
Ogbar looks to Brandon. The sailor.
Can you think of anything, Brandon? What we might be missing that you might like to hear?
Not necessarily, no.
So give us a hint, Captain Hemvis. What are you feeling is missing here? Let us help you.
It's not how this works. It's all right. You are dismissed.
Do you want to follow us to the islands? Because we're going there, right?
No, you're gonna slow us down a lot. No need for that.
Okay,
We are going to head our way. And just make sure that you don't bump into any pirates on your way there. There are several of them, and the tides as well of these places can be quite savage for small ships like yours. Though I can see there is some clever crafting in the sails of your ship, it still might not be enough.
Can I make an insight check to see if that was like a veiled threat?
Roll me an insight.
Okay. Pretty okay.
Let me roll a charisma. You won't be able to read something more than that, Ogvar.
Give us a second. Give us a second. Nina leans over and whispers to Ogvar. I don't know. Should we just tell him that we are totally able to bring the corpses back to fight for us? Like Juniper is a badass. He said something like. I mean,
I think he
we're
knows
good
that
people.
Many people can do that.
Okay, do you think we should just tell him? I mean, I kind of want to be on these guys' good side. Giant ship, weird islands.
No.
I think they want to know something more about the island than anything.
Oh, can you think of what?
Akbar's doing this with the crystal, by the way. He's not whispering.
Telepathy. Yeah, telepathy. I'm okay with that.
Can you think of what? What are we missing? Ada said they were magical. There's the undead dudes, there's the giants, there's the lizard people. Do you think he just thinks we have a better map or something?
We didn't tell him
I
about the
have
map.
no idea what he thinks.
I don't think we need to give him too much information, just the basic. I mean,
Sure, no, I totally agree. It's just we don't need to hide anything from these guys, right?
but we don't get anything more from giving them too much information either. The
Well,
more information we
you-
give
you-
them, the more dangerous they can be.
Well, if they wanted to kill us, they just kill us here, right? We're not there for trade. We're not competing. And they say that they're all lawful and good. I just think
Yeah,
maybe
but they say what they say, but how necessarily true may that be?
they do. But Ada said that they can be assholes, but they've not been just killing people. And Ada, I don't know. You didn't have any bad run-ins with them, right, Brandon? They're not pirates.
But just because they're not pirates doesn't mean that they're good.
No, but they could be helpful. We have, I'm just thinking of, millstones on the river. Maybe these guys could help with, supplies and stuff. And, if they're all about the law, that would be cool. For you guys.
Nina, I just don't believe that relaying too much information to this captain is beneficial to us.
Okay, sure. I'm just making sure that, no regrets.
Mm-mm.
And after this, Nina turns to look at Captain go, nope, literally can't think of anything to tell you. There's an island full of lizards. That's it. That's other weird thing we know.
I see. Noted. I noted your names down as well, and hopefully, since we are both going at the same destination, we might get to see each other there. You know, it's not a huge complex of islands. It has several of them. I've heard the Stone Reach Outpost is one of the nice places to visit.
The what?
Stone Reach Outpost. Yeah. I know some names, not many, but I do know that one because there was a couple of our ships that have purposely managed to settle down there. Though the winds were pretty rough and did not allow their return, they had some magic ways to allow for the sending of messages over vast distances towards the rest of the shipping company. They're
Okay,
expecting
okay.
us, should we manage to find that place.
Cool. That's great. I hope, like seriously, if there's anything that you like specifically want, we could totally try. We're all for making friends.
All right.
This is a trade vessel, yes? Do you have anything for sale?
For what?
For sale. This is a trade vessel, yes? Do you have
That
anything
is,
for sale?
that is not exactly correct. We are a shipping company, true, and has a lot of merchandise inside it. But since this is a journey that is taking months to complete, most of the stuff that we have here is intended for the journey's purposes alone. Though, should we manage to reach Stoneridge Outpost, we might have some goodies for sharing, but they are only they are kept for that place because we want to try to trade off some trust of them.
You know, I have one last question before we go. You know, you said you didn't like the word slaver before. Did you mean you don't like the word slaver and you're fine with slavery, or you don't like either?
uh, no. I'm not fine with slavery. No, not at all. Though
Okay.
I do appreciate people that follow the chain of command. As long
Sure.
as the chain of command is not taking advantage of everyone.
Okay, great. That's great. That makes me feel less weirded out by the way you said
Tappy,
that.
can I do an insight check on that?
I was actually gonna.
Sure.
I was gonna ask the same.
Go, both of you. Oh.
Alright.
Okay,
Two
you
natural
cannot-
ones in a
you-
row.
Oh my god.
Feel free to re-roll
Really? Really?
as you
being-
feel a surge of confidence in you.
Oh, Jeremy. Oh, Ogba. Oh, 15.
All right,
Still
so
good.
Tappy and Nina, both of you will kind of assume that he's being pretty honest. As a man in general, he is not hiding a lot of stuff. He's talking pretty out of his heart.
Okay.
As
Now I have a
comprehensive-
question.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
sure, Ogvar, tell me.
Second last
Uh,
question before we go. From Ogvar.
Well, this is to the DM more than anything. Is there anything on the desk of a different language that I can see?
Give me an investigation or a perception check.
I would always love invest. As he just peers a bit closer.
Okay, so you'll notice that most of the things that are in there are in the common tongue, but there are some scripts in the Aquan tongue.
What do they say?
Well, you will see that there is a small book on this library that has, well, it's both a library and a staircase for wines there, but you will see that there is it says Aquan tutelage. It's kind of a dictionary for the Aquan tongue.
Okay. That's it.
Captain.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, if I may, we have provided you with information about the atolls, and if I may, Can you provide us with any information of your own?
I suppose you are to be trusted to an extent. Alright, let me tell you something that is quite recent, but might enter the stuff of the legends if time passes and we don't do anything about it. In the last months, no, in the last years, strange things have been happening all over this area. But I've come to the conclusion that strange things have been happening all around the world. You see, there are several dimensions, several planes around us. But some are closer to others compared to some outer ones. For example, our plane is very close to two other ones. Do you know which ones I mean?
The Feywild and the Shadowfell.
You sure know your stuff. That is correct, and has always been correct since, I suppose, the creation of the world. Let's not go to cosmological parts of the past. But in the later years, now, there have been a lot of strange Shadowfell interactions, far more common for people. What do I mean? There were always Feywild crossings. Small, thin lines that one could just simply walk through and poof, you are in the Feywild. It's not as easy as I describe it, but it can happen. Same goes for the Shadowfell. Dark doors might be open lurking in dark caverns, and once you pass them, you're suddenly there. But now, the very lines of the fabric of our reality, especially with the Shadowfell part, are, how may I say, a bit overlapping. You know, I'm not sure that you might have faced it, but there's always a chance. I've seen many people telling me stories about being in our world at one moment, but suddenly everything turns grayish, dark, a corrupted version of what it used to be. Perhaps even creatures, monstrosities of the Shadowfell lurking nearby. Many have lost their acquaintances or their loved ones because of such encounters. We don't have a name for them, so we just refer to them as Shadowfell encounters. But it seems like the norther people have traveled, the more common such events have been. They're still fringe events. They're not that common. They're quite rare. But as you go up north, it becomes more apparent and more apparent. If you go even more north, it shows up more. And however, we had some travelers go to the North Pole, Coldvein that is, and it was less apparent. By doing some mathematical calculations and triangling the positions, it seems like Kinatol is at the center of all this. I don't know why, I don't know how, but something in there is doing something weird to our reality.
Considering Tappy's position, like she's a rather high ranking in the Summer Lady's court, would she have heard anything about this?
Roll me an Arcana or a History check.
Oh boy, time to fail this one as well.
It's always those checks. Hey, that's a good one.
She actually knows something for once. Yay!
Okay, so I'm gonna give you this topic. Around a year ago, Even though you haven't heard of such events, I mean, you hear such events, but not in more common frequency than in the past. Around a year ago, there was a strange druid that you just remember right now that did say that he came from the islands of Kinatol. He was a visitor towards the court of the summer court, of course, and he inquired for some assistance and aid in regards to a ritual that was very much concerning, and it had several implications about the Shadowfell. You don't remember that much stuff because you were not present on this event, but you did hear a lot of conversations regarding this afterwards. His name, you believe, was Avaelis,
Violin.
the druid that addressed it. Yes.
Was he given that aid?
Nope. He was rejected.
Well, let's see.
I'm gonna give you that because you did a pretty good roll. Even though the specifics were not quite clear, it was said from Avaelis that this had some relation with the Demon Lord Orcus.
The ritual had something to do with Orcus?
The ritual that was being done on those islands supposedly had something to do with Orcus, the Demon Lord.
So it had something to do with Orcus and the Shadowfell? Interesting.
Yes.
Well, the Shadowfell is where like the energy that makes undead comes from, so that might have something to do with it, but that is very disturbing.
Captain Himvis, you say that these weird Shadowfell things that have been happening have been getting more frequent the further north people go. Well, I mean, we're heading to these islands to help out, to find a man that might know about Brennan's family who disappeared out of nowhere. Does that sound Shadowfell-y? You said people disappeared, right? That's what happened with your people, right, Brennan? They kind of disappeared, and there was lots of blood and stuff.
It's entirely possible. I don't know about the circumstances, and, piracy is very much on the rise on those islands, so chances say that it doesn't have to do with this. But there is always a possibility, yes.
Okay, wow, well, I mean, that's a bit wild, Brennan, right? That's like, wait, wasn't Orcus the asshole from the basement? He was, right?
Tappy didn't mention anything about it.
Oh shit, sorry, completely redact that. Tappy didn't mention it. Oh, well, weird shit's been happening. We've seen a bunch of weird shit. We saw, like, it was kind of Shadowfell-y, I guess. There were shadow people there. We like, someone was summoning undead in the basement and, like, kind of did some really awful stuff with her children. Like a necromancer from Vothen. We've seen cult stuff happening all over Enoroth and even below. It's been pretty weird, honestly, past year.
It has been, yes, hasn't it?
Well, at least we know now that, maybe this is going to be pretty wild, Brennan. At least we know now that we should, like, really prepare for some maybe weird stuff happening at the atoll. I'm sorry to hear, by the way, Captain Hemvis, that it's been affecting you and your people as well. That must really suck. I hope the people that you sent off to the atoll are okay, waiting for you there.
Well, not without any casualties, but you can expect such stuff to happen when you're in the open seas.
Sure.
But
Oh.
we haven't lost a man yet due to such events.
Oh,
Only
well,
pirates. Goddamned pirates.
well,
Pirates. Hate them.
yeah. I mean, we haven't met any, but I'm pretty sure we wouldn't get along, you know? We generally don't
Yeah.
get along with people that want to kill us or take our stuff. You know, you say you haven't lost anyone, but if you have anyone sick or anything, we've got a wonderful healer person that could totally help you out.
I appreciate this, but we have medics on our deck as well. We are quite facilitated and well equipped for such a journey. We're not taking this lightly at all.
Well, you know, if we do get to the atoll before you and we bump into your people, and if they are wounded or have casualties like you say, we could help those out then.
Well, if you get to the atolls before me, I'm going to start questioning how physics work about the ships, because, you know,
Oh,
big
well,
ship, big sails, but...
totally. But you know, it's all about your head as well, right? We have a smart man here, Nina nudges Ogvar, and we have a very good captain. And who knows? Maybe the map that we got was really shitty, and it'll be totally luck who gets there first. We'll see.
Let's see. Hopefully, I'll still meet you again.
Totally.
All right. You're
Race you
dismissed.
there.
Ogvar, like, tries to give him the map.
Didn't you give it to him earlier? No, you did not,
Did he?
right?
Yeah,
No.
he didn't take it to my knowledge.
Okay, she will go and take it and open it immediately and see. This looks like a kid's chat spot. Suppose it has some of the names that I have confirmed in the past. So it
And-
must be true.
It
And
has
we know
good bones, you know, the things are in the right spots.
Mhm. The top left
I
one,
think.
that's where the cold giant dudes are. I think the lizard people are on the right. I can't tell. I can't remember.
That's the dead passage.
That blob in the middle? Yeah, the blob in the middle, that's the dead passage. That's where we're heading. So,
It is.
isn't it? Isn't that where we're going?
Going to the capital might be for the best, yes, to start with. There would be more people there, more information to work with, to find Brennan's.
That's what I thought, but apparently it's up in the air. We'll decide when we get there.
All right. I appreciate the map, even though it's not much. It might be a fade for us. You seem
Yeah.
good folk. Take care of yourselves.
Oh, we always
Or-
do. Don't get lost.
As he will just smile a bit weirded out. Yeah, okay. Tell that to yourselves more about it. But yep, he's going to eventually get out of his cabin, escort you there, and say, I did very much enjoy drinking that cup of wine with you. When we reunite, let's do that again.
Sure. It was nice. Thank you for your hospitality, Captain Hims.
And thus you will start returning to your own ship.
Yeah, as we pass by the crew members, are they saying anything? Like just small talk?
Roll me a perception check.
I will.
Oh, any of them clearly slaves? Or any of them like chained up?
Do
Oh,
I?
you're just gonna notice them doing just some daily chores and talking about stuff from the day, nothing much important.
Hmm?
That is with that perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they will help you disembark from this its boat inside the loop as well. And your small robot will head towards your ship once more. And at this point, let's take our mid-session break a little bit earlier than usual. And well, I really hope that some internet problems get fixed, and perhaps Juniper could join us at the very least. If not, we're gonna find ways to continue around. So I'll be right back as well.
Praying. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back shortly.
Same.
There, be right back. Let's see. That actually went rather well.
so quiet without Vlad and Cat? Is anyone else here? Is it just me? All alone?
I'm here.
Hello? Thanks for saving me from silence. I can't do quiet. It makes me feel awkward.
Yeah,
More
that's
awkward
what.
than I sound.
Yeah, I had the intermission music going.
Oh yeah, I could have just like put a YouTube video on while I'm sat here with my with my iced coffee.
But yeah, I'm honestly shocked at how fast that went, and how honestly just how bloodless that was.
Yeah. From everything
Man.
we've heard, they were mean. What's up, Jeremy?
I should have silvery barbs that guy's insight thingy.
Aw.
Like I was about to do it and I was like, is it really that important? Like he's just like looking to see like if we're offering something.
Yeah.
And it turns out no, he was inciting our whole gig.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he was like, what he was getting at. Maybe he did want like a proper map or something.
Well, that was even before like he saw the map, so I don't know.
What did he incite?
When we were it was Nina saying that we're good people, that the guys on the island were slavers and such. That's when he did the insight. It was the cancelled out the 2121.
Yeah.
I think it was more just the general like we're willing to help them is what he was
Yeah.
inciting.
Yeah.
Because he did believe Tappy. Though I'm not sure what he was inciting with the persuasion check.
I feel like it maybe because I get the vibe that they have no reason to like harm us or anything, right?
Yeah.
If they are just seeking to
They're just merchants.
quote unquote like rid the seas of lawlessness. That's that every greedy company that wants to be a monopoly wants to be able to do business peacefully. But like, there's no reason for them to harm us. And well, with all this talk of maybe there's something to do with the Shadowfell and Orcus on the islands, maybe we should have been nicer. Maybe we should have like agreed to meet up somewhere.
I mean, we gave them a lot of information.
Yeah. Brandon was right though. We don't get anything out of helping them, but we might lose something by not. We might lose safety, or like I don't know, information maybe. If they don't get to the islands in time to help the people that are injured and stuff.
They're faster than us and they're super fucking greedy, so they're gonna try and like basically take everything, all the information we can get. I think that's what the thing is.
But the only information we want is like we don't want anything of it. We just want Brainon's family, right? That's it.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. If they got there before us and helped their people, maybe their people have already done some research and stuff and could point us in the direction. But maybe they're dead now. You know, this is a choice and consequence. We're seeing it real time. We're
I'm nervous
hypothesizing.
about them knowing about Millstone. I'm nervous about that.
I out of
I mean,
character, I did
the
regret
worst they're gonna
bringing it
do
up.
is like set up a trade company, right? Or try to set up a trade outpost there, like
Just
maybe.
occupy it.
Oh, they wouldn't be able to occupy like Anarith territory, Crown territory, especially with like with us having bought it legally, like unsketchily.
Yeah, but
right.
it's
If
a
they
very
do,
small
we're
and
gonna we're gonna be real here, right, Jeremy? Like this is like in character. If they did anything to Millstone, we're burning that entire company to the ground. Like
I'm aware, but
Millstone will survive. It's just, yeah, I don't like the idea. I'm in the same boat. I regretted mentioning it out of character.
if this big
Um,
company has like
yeah.
been told, hey, there's this place here or whatever, and they have magical spells that will tell people, hey, my entire company, this place is good to, basically monopolize on because no one else can go there if we're filling up their like entrance with ships.
Mm.
So then we have to trade with this one particular company,
I
which
mean,
they can like
it's-
raise any price they want.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
that
not that
would be better.
far.
Pay whatever they want.
From any other settlement, you could just get like caravans and stuff. It's not
I
an
mean,
island.
yeah, but the whole reason we went there is to have a port for easy trading.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot longer and have a lot more costs of like, a cost of travel with food and such if we go by foot. Whatever, I don't. And the things we want to trade with like close people in Anorith, they can have there because it's Anorith goods.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, I'm back.
Hello.
I caught just the last part of that, Magbar, and like kind of I agree with you because like, and that's why like Brandon mentioned like there's already a shipping company like building up there.
Yeah.
Nina was just thinking short term. Curtis and Nina were thinking short term, not long term.
Yeah. So and I mean, and that's why like Brandon is kind of like hesitant with giving out information because like with a shipping company like this who's just hearing about a new port opening up, like that's way too much opportunity for this one company. So
Yeah.
that's why like he has to like make sure that there's already a shipping company before this company gets there.
Yeah, for Millstone's benefit and prosperity, have something already established.
Yep.
Yeah. So makes sense. Out of character. Nina wasn't thinking that far ahead.
This is a burgeoning community. We don't have all the resources in the world. Just protecting what we have to start with so it doesn't get fucking ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that orc boar cult will have ravaged Millstone to ash by the time we get back. I think so.
I think there was just one, right? It was just a radical
It
one.
was. It was literally just. Well, as far as we know, one and a giant like electric boar.
Besides, they have the valiant
Bastion.
heroes of Millstone.
Yeah, they've got they have Bashtrag and oh my god, I've forgotten the names.
Mr. Mugwort is on
Mr.
guard.
Mugwort, yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
what was Mr. Gnome?
We got.
I'm dying.
What was it? Fizrig? Fizrig was Vlad's character. That what wasn't there for the one shot, but I guess
Genjeg.
Genjeg.
Jinjeg,
Yeah.
it's right here. Yeah.
And Aaron.
Mr. Stinwood.
Aron Kalkos, yes.
Well, he wouldn't want to live there.
Well,
Oh,
said,
no, he
he
left.
said he wouldn't. Yeah, he left. He got mauled by the boar outside of town. The second giant electric boar by himself. He who travels alone should be wary the boar. There was the
Beware the boar.
that was the prophecy in like written in the stone, the foundations of Millstone.
The Millstone Boars. That's their football team.
That's not a bad idea, right? I reckon that would please the god and make him dissuade him from like screwing with Millstone.
Yeah,
The
yeah. We
ball
can just
guard.
give him
If there was
a
if it was the football
business.
team. Yeah. That's so dumb. It would work, right?
It'd be
You wouldn't
offensive
do-
to wereboars later, but yeah.
Yeah. we just get, you know, when Juniper makes the walls, we just like coat them with silver. The Werbos will never be a problem. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I thought one of the I thought Kat or Vlad had managed to get in there.
Would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, he said that so sadly.
You know, I just felt a bit bad about them because, you know, they were here. They have this time reserved for their game, and we also
You know,
Thursday that past we skipped the game that we usually play, and Vlad would have been able to play that one as well. And now they're missing this one as well. It's the same.
sad. I am sad when I can't what's the word? Subtly bully Cat. I have to take it all out on Jeremy, and it just doesn't feel fair, does it? Okay.
I don't know if subtle is the word you're looking for.
I'm being mean. I don't mean what I just said. I don't bully Cat. I only bully Jeremy. Isn't that right, Jeremy? I only say that Jeremy is dabbing and stuff.
Dab?
Right, Jeremy? You
I
dab?
usually whip, but yeah.
You whip? You whip? What's that?
I whip and I nay.
What the hell are these things? What are these new things that I don't know about? Oh my god, they are.
You silly Brit.
Wow, I'm way behind. Sorry. I'll update my repertoire of not insults, Jeremy, for future sessions.
When
Nay,
is
nay,
that?
and whip.
That song's from what? 2016?
No idea.
God.
Good
Nope.
year.
2015. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god, you're right, BG. You can do it through browser.
I'm not so optimistic that it will work, but who knows?
It is bad. It is bad through the browser. I've used it through the browser before, but maybe that'll work. I completely forgot that was a thing. Discord.com.
Yeah, it is a thing.
Yeah. Open Discord in your browser.
Pull the cable and put it again.
Yeah, blow the
Just
cable.
give your PC a bath.
in warm soapy water. You know,
Close the
blow
window. The Wi-Fi is getting out.
Get closer to the
Wait.
McDonald's the internet's coming
Wait,
from.
Kat, have you turned your microwave off? Is it because it's she's normally just got it on as background ambience and microwave. I think that can mess with the Wi-Fi.
It does.
You gotta
Doesn't
adjust your
she know
antenna.
it's dangerous to have the microwave on with nothing in it.
I'll put it in the.
I mean, it does remind me of this one. I'm gonna send it on Discord. Now let's go on Roll20. Better. It's the best image I've ever seen. It worked.
Close your window. You're letting the Wi-Fi out. Oh my god! It goes from 600 to 74. That is the dumbest thing.
And also, Brennan, I see you're muted, but you have also dropped from Roll20. Is everything fine with you?
I think Brennan's Discord's been going in and out. I'm convinced that it's like a
Nope, I'm here.
ISP issue. Oh.
Oh, okay. I just don't see you on Roll20.
Oh, I'm in the session.
He's getting the
how
red
do you-
box.
Probably.
Is there a red box in the top left of your Roll20, Brennan?
Perhaps the Wi-Fi server is in this area, and now that we're leaving it on
That's
There he
exactly
is.
what the problem is.
He's back.
I usually find red boxes at like McDonald's or like Walgreens or something.
I believe we
No,
have to return
I
back to
don't
this
see a
area.
red. I don't see a red box.
You're
Well,
back
you're
in
here
game.
now,
Like, hold on.
babe.
I'll do a random roll to
Did you see-
see if it works.
You're here though.
Did you just say babe to Brayden?
Yeah.
Just yeah, Bray Bay, yeah. Got J Bay, Bray Bay. I can't work this into BG Bay.
Babe
Babe
G.
Babe G, yeah, Babe G.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Is are you,
I'm
did
now
you roll-
thinking how we are able to do this. Okay, we four, Brennan, Nina, Tappy, and Ogvar, are we all here and set?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yep.
so.
Ogvar?
J Bay.
Yeah, I'm just making a joke in chat.
All right.
You can't talk and type at the same time.
No, because
No.
my mouse button is what I use for push talk.
So do I.
That's cool.
Let's proceed a little bit and
Yeah.
see how this goes. As you five, of course, you're with Lupa on Zip. As you reach back towards the one that you were before, you will see that the people that previously were here, those sailors from the ship of the Northern China Shipping Company, now have started moving back where they were, and that ways. Oh, we got one left without the boat. You are going to return, as you understand that whatever investigation they had been working on when they were on board of your ship has ended, while you, all five, will embark once more. And everyone seems to be quite calm. Nothing important seems to have happened back in this ship. Some small conversation as Ada will immediately see towards you and ask without having a second pass. As he says, so tell me about their captain. Did they ask you something discreet? Did you give them anything?
We gave them the really shitty map that Ogvar drew. I say shitty map, Ogvar, and it was totally, it was intentional. I'm not saying you're like, it was a shitty map. It was No, I mean like it was intentionally bad. We gave them the intentionally bad map. We told them about what's going on some of the islands, like the lizards and the giants and the dead dudes. They were Captain Hemvis was surprised about the undead thing. Like that seemed to weird him out. He didn't seem to like believe us, if that makes sense. I get the vibe that these guys, until like we gave them the map, had no clue how to get the atoll. Sure, we're going in the same direction, but I think they're going off like word of mouth directions, if that makes sense. He mentioned that part of the reason why they're going there is because they've been investigating some weird happenings that have been going on. They call them shadow sightings. Was that right? Shadowfell sightings. Well, what did he say?
Shadowfell encounters.
Shadow. That's right. Shadowfell encounters. That's what they called them. They said those things have been happening more and more the further north that people have been going, and they sort of, I don't know. He used a weird. They did a triangle or something and figured out the atoll was like the middle of all these things happening. Does this sound right, you guys?
Yes, it appears that there are more holes in the Feywild and Shadowfen recently.
Oh, does that just happen a lot? Like, or do people go around poking holes in it?
It can happen, yes. Usually where in places where nature is strongest. You know, in the middle of a forest or the side of a volcano. You know, sometimes on a beach somewhere.
Oceans are
But-
pretty strong.
but there isn't usually just ones forming. A lot of them were formed a very long time ago, and I don't think there has been one that I am aware of that formed within the last 50 years, but if it is ramping up a lot, then that might be a bit of an issue.
If the islands are the center of the triangle or whatever, then like there's probably something there, right? Like like a guaranteed, like a door or something, whatever you were saying. Shadow door, Shadowland.
There was during our conversation with the captain, I did remember something. A druid who came to the court of the queen and asked for some help with something. I wasn't there, so all of my knowledge is second hand. The queen turned him away, but his ritual had something to do with the Shadowfell and with Orcus.
Oh, with Orcus? That's the dude from the basement. Right? That's
Yeah,
the
the god of undeath.
Okay, so that lines up, right? Oh, you know, if there's a whole island of undead people, that's kind of weird.
Does Ogvar know about anything else relating Orcus with the Shadowfell?
Roll me a religion check.
Okay.
All right, you do know that Orgus was a demon lord, and he was the master of the undead. All right, so as one that is called also the Prince of Undeath, like he had no direct relation to the Shadowfell. Shadowfell is a place where there are a lot of the undead, and also there are several other deities that control the undead. So you've heard that Orcus has a kind of a beef with some of the other deities of the undead, because he wants to be the one in control. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, I think I read something about and in the Shadowfell there's a lot of gods of the undead, but maybe Orcus was trying to get there to get at them, because he doesn't seem to like them too much.
Yes,
Well,
the Shadowfell is where when a necromancer raises an undead, where the mimicry of life comes from. But also the negative energy plane, but anyways, that would make sense. But perhaps that druid who came in wished for help to keep him out, or something?
Wait, druid?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
The one who visited the Queen's court.
Brennan, didn't you like visit a druid after your family
That's true.
disappeared?
Good talk, Brandon.
Yeah, Brian, you said something about a druid, right?
You're muted.
You're muted, by the way. Just to say now.
Tristan?
Yep, I got it. This druid, by any chance, do you know if they traveled through the Gladiator Forest? I've been searching for one. For many years now.
Tappy just kind of shrugged.
Do you know what she looks like?
Well, this is a
Stop.
pretty big coincidence, right?
I wasn't there, but they were apparently a half-elf.
Okay. Okay, way too much of a coincidence. Pointy ears, Brennan, like, that's totally...
I mean, literally every elf on the planet has pointy ears.
Yeah, but
I
how
have
how
20
ma-
years.
but like Brennan's family goes missing. He looks for an elf, can't find. Well, he looks for a druid, can't find him. Druid shows up in your your Fey Lord's court and talking about like Shadowfell stuff, and he turns out he might be on this island. Like this is all adding up, right?
No.
Maybe that it is though. Brandon was looking for a druid. A druid just happens to be on this island that we're going to.
Yes, and the
And
druid
they-
just happens to be looking for the island as she points at Juniper.
Yeah, but this druid's already on the island.
I'm certain
Right.
that there are also several others druids on the island. It doesn't
Okay,
mean
and
that
and how many of them like know about the Shadowfell?
probably
not
many of
that-
them.
Okay, how many went to a court in the Shadowfell talking
Why
about
would a
weird
druid
shit
know
that
about
was
the
happening?
Shadowfell?
Well, you know, like Brandon's people went missing. The captain just said
And-
that that's part of the Shadowfell encounters. People have been going missing. His whole village, all of his people disappeared. That sounds pretty Shadowfell-y to me.
Alright. But what is the connection between the druids that was in the island and the ones that
Because this is a significant
It's
enough
Shadowfell.
druid to be like, a common information. I don't know.
So Shadowfell-y, that's pretty, all the people disappearing. That sounds like pretty Shadowfell-y based on what the captain said. And this druid went to the Shadowfell asking for help about Shadowfell-y stuff. It sounds like a coincidence, a pretty big one.
Yes.
I'm just
but-
saying.
but
All I'm saying is, Brennan. I think we might be onto something here. I'm kind of hopeful for you.
It's the first lead I've had in years, so I'm willing to
Good.
take it if it's any chance, and if it's not, then I move on and keep searching.
Yeah.
was it
It's a lot of
druids that-
coincidences lining up, and if we know anything about coincidences, we
They
know we
don't
can take it as
exist.
fact.
They do, but was your druid a half elf?
He doesn't know.
No clue. I haven't known anything other than it's a druid.
But
Here I
if
am.
he was around Elfie Forest, he was probably like
Okay.
Elfie.
How about
I guess.
this, Brandon? Who told you about this druid?
Mm. Can I make a history check on that? Because it's very foggy subject on what you found out.
Brian, out of character, I don't believe you do know about a half of druid yourself. This is probably someone else.
For Brandon, all Brandon knows is a druid, period, and like that's it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, no,
But-
you wouldn't know that guy.
But how does he know about this druid? Is what I'm asking. Like any druid that he was talking about. Like what I'm saying, what I'm asking is,
I guess it would be
was
like
this a
it was
specific
like it was.
druid?
That's okay. So I'm guessing like from what Brayden could tell is like when he happened upon his village, what he saw was the magical remnant of like traces of what would be attacks from a druid. That
Okay.
like so he would be basing it off of that, and that would be all he knows.
All right. So we have a druid that had something connected with Orcus, and then there was also a druid that attacked your people. And then now, where we're going to a sanctuary of your people, you say,
Based
There
on
is
what
a
the Sphinx
druid.
told us.
going with what the Orcus is doing.
Aren't we here to find his crew, not his family?
No, we're here to find someone who knows information about the disappearance. this family.
So,
That might be able to lead to it.
it
based
was-
on what the
it
story
If
was-
they
says.
wanted
his
to tie up
crews-
loose ends.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
I
it makes
could've
sense that they'd
sworn
want to
that-
tie up loose ends.
I
Right.
could've sworn that
Brandon has been mentioning that his crew did sail north to the Kin Atoll as well.
Yeah, yeah,
they
that's
were.
what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I didn't think this had anything to do with like the disappearance of your. I thought it was just about your crew.
mm-mm.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. we'll find out
Yeah,
soon enough.
yeah, pretty much.
Even if it wasn't, it is now related. Now that we know these Shadowfell events happened, there was a druid, and there's now a druid over here, and this is all Shadowfelly as well.
And a violent god connected to this druid, with the violent attacks. What I say all this, and I want to clear this up with you, Brandon, because I don't want to throw out this information right off the bat without knowing anything else.
What Nina was saying was just her in character like assumptions. These aren't facts or anything. She's just assuming that this is related.
Yeah, totally.
And in character, Ogbar would say, "Yeah, I just don't want to, jump. I like to jump to conclusions, and I don't want to jump to the conclusion of throwing out all this information
No,
and just
yeah.
saying, yeah, it's all coincidence."
Sure, but it's like I just said, Ogvar. Like the coincidence don't exist. Okay?
They do, but
Nope, not with us.
With that
Weren't you there
attitude.
for the Oracle? We're fated in destiny and shit. No coincidence is allowed.
that is literal
my
nonsense.
argument.
But whatever.
Nope, Oracle said so.
I don't know this oracle.
You were there. You were stood there. It was at the Orchestra.
Yeah, you really were
Dogs.
just like 10 feet away.
She was all talking about how we're fated and we're about to go and stuff was going to happen and things. And I think this is a pretty big coincidence.
And you are allowed
And-
to think that.
Yes, I am. But what I think is always true and turns out right. So I haven't been wrong yet, and Nina never will be. Brennan, I'm really hopeful. I'm glad that we stole this map,
We
but
did
I do.
steal it.
No, I'm glad we still have this map.
Oh,
Is what I
still
said.
have
I still have it. Sorry, and well, I don't think us beating the traders to the islands that big of a deal, but if we do get there, I think maybe we should look for the people that they mentioned that were wounded, because they were probably killed by people related to Orcus and the Shadowfell shit.
Or
And those are
pirates.
the, if we want to find your druid, we need to find those guys. Maybe.
I agree.
don't know. We'll see when we get there. Wing it.
It's a lead, and I'm willing to follow it.
And we'll follow you for like as long as we have leads. I don't know what I'm saying, okay? I'm trying to be supportive.
You
I
have
understand.
my hammer.
I thank you all.
You're welcome. But sorry, Ada, that was like a whole tangent. So let me run through that again. The captain told us about all the Shadowfell shit that was happening. He asked us if we knew how to get the atolls, what we knew about the islands. He said that he already had people there. That's why he was heading there too. But they were wounded and had asked for help. So my guess is we should expect a fight when we go there, because their boat was pretty fucking big. And if their people had problems, we'll probably have problems too.
I think they said that they were. It was pirates, most of the issues, and the bad weather.
No, he said their problems, their ship's problems were pirates.
Yes.
The other ships that are already at the atoll, I'm guessing those are related to Shadowfell.
No, he said they couldn't return because of the storms. Bad weather.
Oh, sure, but like I imagine that's why they're full of casualties, though, right? Looking into all the Shadowfell stuff. We'll
Did-
see. We'll see.
Did the guy say anything about casualties? 'Cause I don't remember. I thought he just said like, yeah, we were doing some scouting, and they just couldn't come back to give their reports.
Well, even if that was the case, he said that they have arcane methods of vast
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
distance communication.
Mhm. Well, it was easy to imply spells like Descending.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I was just asking BG, like, did they say anything about casualties?
They did say that they might have had a couple of casualties, but it wasn't 100% certain or clear.
Ah,
Mm.
That's why I offered, like, no offense, Juniper. Nina shouts to Juniper. I said that, if there are any wounded people, we could help.
why would that be offensive?
Because she wasn't there, and I just assumed she would. Which is,
Ah.
it's not, I don't like, putting words in mouths and stuff. Even though she
Fair.
wasn't there. Even though she would be nice, and I know that and she's nice and she would heal people, no problem.
That is fair.
Is that the kind of stuff, Captain Ada, that you were asking about? Like those are the specifics he wanted to know, and that's the information he gave us.
Mm. We teleport.
Feel free to continue. I don't mean to interrupt, but just indicating the passage of time as you're going to start in your journey. The galley in front of you, the first straight line of the ship, is obviously after a couple of hours you're gonna stop being able to see it as you go in a path close to it. But enter night time, you will have lost that huge ship. Obviously, it is traveling a bit faster. But as you are going towards there are some pretty huge waves and tides going there, as this is the first time that for the journey that the tides are being pretty hefty here. And Ada will say towards everyone that brace yourselves, it's gonna be quite a rough night. Though it's not down here yet, as tells you to get prepared. And Nina, feel free to re-ask me that question, or I might have missed it.
Oh, that's okay. Nina was just reiterating what Captain Hamvies had told us. The information about the him wanting to know about the various islands and the information he gave us about the Shadowfell. That's all.
Mm-hmm. As Ada will seem quite suspicious, as she will say that I don't recall any tales about the Northern Desert Shipping Company being so much interested in the well-being of other people and the ships all around. And what's that with the Shadowfell? Why do they care about that all of a sudden?
Maybe it was like hurting their business or something. He said people were disappearing. Maybe it was important people. Maybe it was ship crews or something.
It could
Strange.
also be simply something with this one captain.
Quick question. Everything that you said previously in regards to both Orcus and all that stuff, did you say that loud? Did the Ada was Ada a part of this conversation, or
I-
did you?
Y-
Settled that
you
one.
won't-
Yes,
when-
I
when-
told I
talked
told the
about it.
group about Orcus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I assume she did hear that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and Nina
Definitely
explained
Fogbar
the-
was talking about it.
y-
Okay,
y-
good.
Yeah.
As Ada will seem to be drinking a bit more than usual this day, though she has her own shortage of rum. She will say, I don't know about Orcus or the Shadowfell. I My knowledge is just that of a single beings. But up north, close to the atolls, I've had my fair share of trouble myself. When I lost everything. I remember that night. I was aboard this. Not exactly this, but was aboard a ship that it was the True Eclipse. This is just one I rebuilt after. It was full moon outside. It was dark, but we had clear visibility of anything. The sky was blue for a moment, but then it turned red. Like drums of war were heard. But it was different. Not like the ones of the orcs that my fathers are still afraid after the Great Orc Wars. Not like the ones that bards use to make the enemy feel anxious about what is to happen. These were magical gongs, hearing and echoing in the distance. I remember a harpsichord sound as the sky turned red. Not the normal red of the flames. It was closer to the red of blood. The sanguine. That's what was the ship's name. It was not an ordinary vessel. It was like it had a strange spirit on it. It felt alive, terrorizing. I was with my husband back then. Our only child as well. Some friends of ours, the closest we had, all dead. We rushed into the water. I only thought to take our small daughter with me, but the tides were so ravenous. It was like the ship commanded everything around. The animals around went mad, from sharks to bats to everything all around. They just rushed towards us. I remember my daughter screaming, "Nay, nay, please help me." It's when I saw that man on top of the front part of the ship. He was looking down on us. He wasn't doing this because we annoyed him or because he was greedy. We were not even a trading ship in the first place. He was just hunting for slaughter. He was just hunting to prove that he is the alpha predator in this area.
w- did anybody but you get out of it alive?
I always hope so. I'm unsure. I saw all of them being killed, but my